Hi, welcome to Connecteam Navigation Training. Today, you will be learning how to fully navigate the Connecteam app for your daily uses, and by the end of this training, you will know the complete ins and outs of the app. Let's get started. After you've completed your login process, the app will open up and you will be on the main dashboard. The first icon you'll see is the Quick Tasks icon. If you're ever assigned a task yourself by a home manager or residential supervisor, or you wish to delegate a task to another staff member, such as organizing the staff closet before the end of a shift, here's where you'll see and submit that information. Clicking on the staff's name on the right-hand side will reveal a list of all employees within the company. From that list, you can scroll to the staff member you'd like to leave a shift assignment for, and after you select his or her name, you can select Publish Task. After the task is published, the user you selected can now select quick tasks on their Connecteam account and also see the task you've assigned to them. You can also add more details to your task, such as a task title, task description, start time, due time, staff assignment, labels, whether general, important or urgent, location, and even subtasks. When all of this is complete and you've selected Publish, you, if you were assigned the task, or the staff member you assigned the task to, can now see a prioritized list of assignments based upon its level of importance. Once published, the assigned task should also populate on the assignee's main dashboard, so it's much easier to notice and select when starting a shift. The next icon you'll see is Time Clock. You'll be selecting the Time Clock feature whenever you wish to review your hours for the current or previous pay periods. You can do this by first selecting Time Clock, selecting the specific residential code for the home you wish to view your working hours for. Then, if you're not currently on shift, you'll have a timesheet calendar icon listed at the bottom right side of your app. Selecting that icon will bring you to a view of your current hours listed for the week. You'll also be able to see your total hours as well as the amount of overtime hours you have. If you'd like to review hours for a previous week, you'd want to select the arrow icon pointing to the left at the top left side of your screen. You can also come to the time clock icon whenever you need to request an adjustment to your hours. Maybe you've physically started working a shift, but didn't remember to clock in until you're already 4 hours into your shift. Maybe you've consecutively worked over 16 hours and you've been auto-clocked out and didn't notice it until you've already worked 3 hours without pay. Let's take a tour to show you how to make time adjustments in the system so that you're paid adequately for the hours you've worked. From the same screen of the hours you've worked for the week, you'll now select the day in question. Once selecting the date, you'll see the shift in question with a red dot beside it. You can then select that shift, and you'll reveal a shift details box where you can select Edit Shift at the bottom right of your screen. This reveals a Request Edit box that will now allow you to edit the job location or home, date, start, or end time, as well as send in your request, along with an attached note briefly explaining why you're sending in the shift edit request. All edits are submitted merely as a request and can be approved or denied by administration based upon the process of verification. Once you select the Send for Approval button at the bottom of your screen, you will now see an orange clock icon next to the shift time slot you sent in a request for. This icon will remain there until your hours have been reviewed and approved by administration. When your requested edits have been approved for the week in question, you should now see a green Approved box with the name of the administrator that approved your requests inside of it. If you want a more detailed view of what exact shifts were approved, you'd click in the Requests box above, and on the next page, you should be able to see the approved dates. You can now click on the desired date and see the complete breakdown of that approval. You now know the complete functionality of the time clock icon. Next is the directory icon. This icon is simply a complete list of all members within the company. The directory is here specifically for your use to get in contact with whomever you need to contact within the company about your work-related matters. Upon selecting the directory icon, you'll see a full list of names to select from and a chat icon near them. You have the option of scrolling through the list to find the person you'd like to contact, or you can save time and begin to enter their name into the search box above. The more of their name you type in, the more narrow the list gets, until you finally get the name and only the name of the exact member you wish to chat. Upon clicking the chat icon, it will now start up a direct inbox between you and whomever you've selected. Next is the job scheduling icon. You'll click on this icon specifically when you want to either view your schedule for the entire week or any shifts from a previous week. You can also confirm assigned shifts here by clicking on your shift and clicking the green Confirm button. If you ever run into a scenario where your shift availability has to change or you need to request time off, this is where you can edit that as well by simply selecting the My Availability section at the bottom of your screen. The next page should show you a list of dates you can customize by scrolling down the list. For example, maybe you have a new second job that doesn't have a start date for you until next week, but you know the second job will conflict with your current hours. You'll scroll to next week, select the date or dates of your new availability, and select Mark Unavailability to begin reporting the new availability schedule based upon the hours you work at your other job. The same rule applies for requested time off. Maybe it's March, but you have a 5-day cruise you're going to be on the first week of April. You would scroll to the first week of April, select the start date to which you know you won't be able to work, and select Request Time Off. From there, you will reveal a time off request box that will allow you to enter the details of your request, including the time clock or home code you're calling off for, the specific type of leave, which would either be sick or unpaid, the entry of the dates to which you'll be gone, and an optional note section where you can explain the reason for the request. After entering all of that information, you can select the blue Send for Approval button below. You now know the full functionality of the job scheduling icon. Below, on the main dashboard, is where you will see your current time you've been on shift, if you are currently on shift. If you're not on shift, this section will not have a time slot. From the main dashboard, the app usually only allows you to see about 2 shifts and 4 additional upcoming shifts if you select the View All 4 Shifts option. This is another reason why to see an entire week, you'd have to select the job scheduling icon. Below this section, you have the option to post something to the main dashboard for the entire company to see, or if you'd like to see everything the company has posted, such as employee recognitions, form updates, or any other company news, you can just keep scrolling down and see whatever you desire to see. All of this information is accessed from your Feed icon, which has a picture of a house above it at the bottom of your screen. Next, we want to click on the Assets icon next to it. As an employee, this is where you'll be the most interactive in Connecteam. You'll come here when it's time to submit a required form, watch a designated training video, and check up on when the next company event is. You should have 3 sections on your screen: Communication, Operations, and HR and Skills. Under each section, you'll have a different set of widgets, some of which we've already covered, such as the chat icon, time clock, directory, quick tasks, and job scheduling. Let's take a look at the main sections you'll be utilizing within this icon. First, you want to look under the Operations section and locate the Courses icon. Upon clicking the icon, you'll notice that there are several different company training videos listed. Anytime you receive a notification in the app about a training video being published for you to watch, this is where you'll locate it. Next, we want to look at the Forms icon. Click on the Forms tab, and on the next page, you should see all the current digital ICCS forms within the company. Here is where you will be spending much of your utilization, as several forms inside are frequently required for completion. Here is where you will frequently come when you need to submit a digital form for your home. Under the HR and Skills section, you can select HR Forms and reveal a list of forms that require your signature, either on an annual or biannual basis. When your HR representative reaches out to you to submit a digital form that requires your signature, here is where you will complete that. Due to the fact that we've already covered the full functionality of the chat section, we can skip over to the Profile section. When you click on Profile, you'll see a dashboard that includes your name and job description, how many sick leave hours you've accumulated, the token balance you've received within the company, which allows you to purchase gift cards and other items, any recognitions you've received as an associate, and your form entries history. There's a training video located in your Courses section by the name of Status Check Training that provides you with a full breakdown of the My Entries History icon and the utilization of it. Under the More section, you have the My Activity tab, which normally tends to be empty. Next, the Personal Documents tab has several forms inside for you to upload if you have them, such as the driver's record check form, CPR certificate, and your social security card. This section is where you, as the associate, can have a visual of your digital file with the company. Next is the Personal Information tab, which allows you to edit your employment start date if incorrect, as well as your birthday if that's incorrect. Your email and job title should be locked for edits, as your email has already been verified with the company and you don't have permissions to edit your job title. Lastly, in the settings, you're able to change your company notification settings, customizing them to turn them on, off, and even to specify certain days and time slots you'd like to receive Connecteam notifications compared to the days and times you don't. Congratulations! You now know how to fully operate Connecteam.